sewing friends, welcome back to my sewing room. Today is Friday Sews and I wanted to show you a little bit about what I've been working on and what I'm going to be doing in the future. Today I just laid out some of my ABC letters I've been working on. I'm all the way up to O because I'm just doing this in my spare time. But aren't they cute? I just love them. I can't wait to give them to my granddaughter. But I wanted just to lay those out and show you how cute these are, made from an old quilt that had a lot of stains and holes. So I'm just going to pick these up and show you next. What I'm working on is the peekaboo quilt. I've been cutting out this fabric. I cut out 20 10 by 10 inch squares of the backing fabric, and I cut out 20 10 inch by 10 inch squares of my flannel because I like a thin middle because it makes it easier, because there's a lot of bulk in this when you fold things over when I show you how to do the technique. So I've got 20 10 by 10 inch squares, 20 10 by 10 inch flannel for the inside, and 20 10 by 10 inch squares of the top fabric. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I can't wait to show you how to make this quilt. This is the peekaboo quilt we're going to be making, and if you use my measurements and how many squares I'm using, you'll be making a blanket that's this big right here. This is 29 inches by 23.5 inches finished. It has 1 2 3 4 squares going this way by 1 2 3 4 5 squares, so that's why we need 20. So it's a really cool technique. We start off with squares but end up with circles. And how you fold it in, the pink fabric that I have here will end up being this fabric that does this, and it will be the backing fabric. And then this will be in the little windows. So it's like little peekaboo windows. But it also creates like these little flowers that I just love. I just picture those as flowers for me. But I'm looking forward to filming this and getting this tutorial ready for you guys. Hopefully next week this tutorial will be up on my channel. Okay, I want to show you a little tip that I did when I was cutting out these longer strips like this. But I'm going to show you on a shorter one so it'll fit in the camera so you can see. But when I was cutting these longer strips of 10-inch wide strips to be able to cut my 10-inch blocks for that peekaboo quilt I'm going to do soon, when I was lining up, and it's so hard to kind of keep my arm like this to hold this, and sometimes it would slip as I'm cutting. So what I did, I happen to have this tape dispenser sitting on my cutting table, and it's very heavy. It's full of like sand inside of it. So I would put this down here and use it to hold that in, and while I held this in, and so when I cut the fabric with my rotary cutter, it didn't move, and it made cutting so much easier, because cutting is my least favorite thing to do. I love sewing and creating, but measuring and cutting is my least favorite, because I don't know if you know this, but I'm blind in my right eye, so measuring and cutting is the hardest thing for me to do. Sewing is easier because I always line my fabric up with my foot, so it helps me sew straight. But so I like anything that makes cutting easier. So I'm going to measure out my 10-inch square. 9, 10 right there. And what I would do, this is not as hard because it's not as long, but it just helps having something heavy on that end, so I only have to hold this end for me. It makes cutting so much easier. Like that. Now I just cut 1 2 3 4 10-inch squares. So I'm going to need 20 of these for my peekaboo quilt. And also this week, I just filmed a video showing how to use YouTube. Like, I had a lot of subscribers ask me, where is the description box and things like that. So I answered that, and I will link this video in my description box if you want to check that out. And I'm going to film another because I had another subscriber ask me how to find her playlist. She likes how I showed her how to save videos into her playlist, but she can't find them after she's saved them. So I'm going to do another follow-up video to that and show you how to find your your videos after you save them to your playlist and answer a few more questions. I thought it would be easier to just do a quick little video than to try to write it. It's harder to see how to do it, where video is wonderful because you can visually see exactly where to find it. So I will be posting that video soon, and I will link the other one in my description box. So if you have any other questions you'd like me to answer, just pop them down in the comments section, and I'll try to do my best to answer those. So I just thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have time to sew and create and have fun in your sewing room. I'm going to get busy getting this quilt ready to film for a tutorial for you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Have a so blessed day. Bye for now.